Yeah, but then I'm offended that you're offended that I took offence at your offence.
But then I'm also offended because you took offence to something that you weren't supposed to take offence to, but then since you've taken offence to it, I've taken offence to it as well.
So you've taken offence to the fact that I took offence when there was no offence intended, and now you're offended at the no offence intended.
Yes.
See, that's madness. Hello, welcome back to the channel. I've got my friend Mr. Anderson beside me, and he's about to be red-pilled. And we're going to start with Tom MacDonald, Clown World. I've got the lyrics on the side so we can go through them. You ready?
Yeah.
You worry about leaving a better planet for our kids. How about leaving better kids for our planet? Entire generation offended at everything, getting mad that a human thinks all lives matter. We don't need black or white or left or right. What we need is common sense, we need balance. We're all in the same boat, why you trying to make holes? If they sink, we sink, this is madness. I'm offended that you're offended by me taking offense. You can't build a wall, why does your house have a fence? I believe in two genders, I'm not mad at the rest. I'm just confused when a dude has a beard and some breasts. We won't always agree, no, I don't hate all police, no, I don't think that the system's racist, I just think the system hates people. I think fighting violence with more violence is what they want. Viruses and riots, people dying, we won't stay home. Black lives matter, all lives matter. What's all this division for? It's modern segregation, this is setting up a civil war.
Bars or not?
Yeah.
Did Tom lie there?
No.
Right, mate, they're the lyrics there, right, for everything that we've just seen. And there's no way, I don't think he lied in there. Like, the first bar is powerful. You worry about leaving a better planet for our kids. How about leaving better kids for our planet? Entire generation offended at everything, getting mad that a human thinks all lives matter. Because there are people out there, if you say all lives matter, people get mad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, how is that? Like, I don't get how. Like, and this is why the song's called Clown World, because everybody's just mad, like properly mad. Like, we're all in the same boat. Why are you trying to make holes? If they sink, we sink. This is madness. And then that's my favourite bar out the first verse. I'm offended that you're offended by me taking offence. Trump can't build a wall. Why does your house have a fence?
Yeah, like I don't like, yeah, just the whole like offence thing, like, yeah, like it's brutal the way that since one person can feel offended, somebody else can be offended by you taking offence by that,
Yeah.
and then you just keep going down the rabbit hole.
Where
There's
does it
no,
stop?
yeah, there's no end to it. It's
Yeah.
just like a cascade of
bad
offence.
fifis. You hurt my feelings, but you hurt mine, but you hurt mine, and you just keep going. I know what you mean, and exactly what you mean. But Prince Charles is notorious for that, you know. Prince Charles wants open borders and everybody to come to England. And then Leo Curse, a Scottish comedian, went to one of Prince Charles's houses, and he's got a big massive spike fence and 2 armed guards outside his house. So he doesn't want people on his property,
Yeah,
but he
yeah.
wants everybody in the country. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, let's keep going. This is the hook.
Burn the circus down, cause the world is full of clowns. They're all stupid and they're proud, painted smiles on their mouths. I don't hang with bozos, homie, I can't be around you. Anyone who knows me knows my feet don't fit in clown shoes. When I was a child, the only races that we hated were the ones that we ran and didn't win. Then we stopped playing with each other, started hating on each other, started noticing the color of our skin. Christians and atheists, immigrants, patriots, we love the country but we are not saving it. Wages don't raise to the rate of inflation, and half of the country hates all of the nation. It's funny that we think the world owes us something. All the phones got smart, but the people so dumb. We care more about the likes on a selfie than our moms, and the only time we ever speak the truth when we're drunk. We won't always agree. No, I don't hate all police. No, your thoughts and opinions ain't facts, and they are not defining my reality. No, I think picking sides divides
Well,
is probably what has got us here. United States is great regardless. That's what we forgot in here. Black lives matter, all lives matter. What's all this division for? It's modern segregation. This is setting up a civil war.
Bars.
Yeah, definitely.
When I was a child, the only races that we hated were the ones that we ran and didn't win. Then we stopped playing with each other, started hating on each other, started noticing the colour of our skin. If this man isn't a modern day poet, I don't know who is. I really don't, because that there is poetry and truthful at the same time. And that's hard to get right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's like almost Shakespearean level shit. Like, a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. Like, that's like almost like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Christians and atheists, immigrants, patriots, we love the country, but we are not saving it. Like, nobody, like, and if you do try and save it, like, YouTube's banning me. I'm going to put a picture up here now of my impressions. The impressions are how many people YouTube shows my video to, right? So without impressions, nobody sees my video, nobody clicks my video, nobody watches it. So without impressions, I don't get any views. I'll put a picture up now with my impressions. YouTube looked and saw I was doing well and thought, oh, we can't be having this, and turned me down to 1. That's why I'm doing this series, to try and reroute the algorithm to get round another way. That's why this poor soul's getting red-pilled. But yeah, so what do you think he lied in that verse?
No.
None of those. Like, when I was a kid, I didn't know what racism was. I didn't really, as an English lad, I don't think I encountered racism until I was about 10. I didn't even know. It was like America that taught me about racism. Do you get me?
Yeah, like with like the media you digest and things like that, watching like films and different series and things like that. Because, like, in my upbringing, like, it had a lack of diversity in the sense of, like, I didn't have many of, like, any of the races in my classes or anything else like that. Because there was just none around. So I was in a small town.
Yeah. How many people lived in your town growing up? Just a rough start.
I honestly
10,000-15,000 less.
Yeah.
See, my town was 100,000, so I did have quite a few. Like, but even when I was at primary school and stuff, like when I saw, like I went to school with a lad called Dale. I won't say his second name because we're on the internet and the internet remembers everything. But I went to school with him, and I remember him, and he was the first like Asian boy that I ever saw. I must have been about 7, and nobody said out. Nobody even, like, I didn't even know he was different until I realised, and I looked back and I thought, oh my god, yeah, Dale was Asian. But when I was 8 at the time, he was just another little boy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it was like racism was something that I discovered afterwards, and I was thinking, why are these people like this?
Yeah.
Do you get me? It's just something that I've never had in me. But I think you're quite the same, though. You've never been.
Well, no, because like the lad in our college course was like essentially like one of my first close encounters with having someone of colour
outside of the town. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, so it was just a bit mad. So, like, obviously, like, it didn't bother me because...
It was just a dude, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was just a dude.
It's mad, isn't it? It's just another guy. I don't get where the actual... But I think it's because America had America seemed to go a lot further into the race. Like, they had, like, segregation and all this stuff, but England wasn't that. England wasn't great, but I think America had it worse, didn't they?
Yeah, but then again, they've got a lot more square footage, so like it can happen on more areas than
6
what it
times
can
the
here.
population.
Yeah, it's.
But I think another thing as well is like because America's like being the world superpower for so long that they are almost like they're like in the front of the stage, aren't they? So when you think of racism, unless you're educated, you don't think of like slave traders and the transatlantic slave trade. You think of like cotton plantations in America. You think of Django Unchained. If you're uneducated to the fact that's what you think of, like even if you grew up in like Seoul, Korea, slavery, that's probably what you think. Probably what you think, just because of where they're positioned in the world. But yeah, anyway, let's keep going, dude, because...
Burn the circus down, cause the world is full of clowns. They're all stupid and they're proud, painted smiles on their mouths. I don't hang with bozos, homie, I can't be around you. Anyone who knows me knows my feet don't fit in clown shoes. They tell you be yourself and then they judge you on the internet till everybody hates you for it. If Jesus was alive, I swear to God that y'all would cancel him, cause lately being negative's the real new normal. Yeah, if you're thick, you're fat, you're rich, you're bad, you're poor, you're black, you're white, you're whack, they lie, it's facts. My generation needs a bunch of free condoms, cause common sense ain't that common. This is what they wanted, this is how they planned it. This is to control everyone on the planet. Then we put each other in caskets, protest and panic, and they take advantage to manage the damage. We won't always agree, no, freedom doesn't come free. No, there was people fighting, dying overseas, so that you can have freedom and be home. I think the elites are real, but they ain't drinking babies' blood. They're creating chaos so they have something to save you from. Black lives matter, all lives matter. What's all this division for? It's modern segregation. This is setting up a civil war. Burn the circus down, cause the world is full of clowns. They're all stupid and they're proud, painted smiles on their mouths. I don't hang with bozos, homie, I can't be around you. Anyone who knows me knows my feet don't fit in clown shoes.
Video by Nova Rockefeller. She's the OG videographer. Like every video that he's done, for the most part, she's done by herself. Like she'll say to Tom what shots they're gonna do, and then he'll build the sets and she'll do all the camera work and that. And then that full video was shot by him and her, probably at their apartment.
Yeah.
Leave for that, innit? But anyway, yeah. So mate, they tell you be yourself, and then they judge you on the internet till everybody hates you for it. So do you know people always tell you that you're supposed to just be yourself?
Yeah.
Live your authentic you. But your authentic you needs to align with my authentic me, or you will die.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're offending me.
Yeah, but then I'm offended that you're offended that I took offence at your offence.
But then I'm also offended because you took offence to something that you weren't supposed to take offence to, but then since you've taken offence to it, I've taken offence to it as well.
So you've taken offence to the fact that I took offence when there was no offence intended, and now you're offended that there's no offence intended.
Yes.
See, that's madness.
Yeah.
That's madness. That's where we're going though.
Yeah.
We're drifting down there.
I just don't understand it.
Same, but it's one of those things where like I want to. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you understand how plants photosynthesize?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah, like
Name the chemical that's primarily used in it.
No, I won't say it's.
That's what I'm saying. So you know that photosynthesis creates energy, but you don't know how mechanically. You don't know how. I don't know either, bro. Like, we don't know how that works. We know that plants take light from the sun, use chlorophyll, that's the chemical, and then they somehow go through some process of photosynthesis. But you couldn't explain to a child how photosynthesis worked.
No.
And the reason that you couldn't explain that is because you don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't care how it works, so I don't want to know, right? But this I don't understand either, but I want to know why they're like that.
Yeah.
Do you get me? I've got a yearning to understand this kind of stuff because it doesn't make any sense to me, and it makes me feel like I should know this. In order to engage in political discourse, I should know this, and I don't know this, so help. That's why. But they just scream at the camera and they go, "Oh man, my libs of TikTok." I've definitely suffered a blow to my mental health doing libs of TikTok. I promise you. I don't know if I've gotten smarter or I just lean lefter.
Well, that's what it is, isn't it? Watch enough of it and you'll start leaning that way.
Yeah, well, you just have to try.
If you get told a lie repetitively, you start to believe it.
Well, Joseph Goebbels said that, he did. Like, if you repeat it long enough, loud enough, and for to enough people, it'll spread.
Yeah.
But I think if you're watching libs of TikTok now, you have to lean right when you go in. So you have to like start
to balance it out.
Yes, you have to get like so you can't watch libs of TikTok as a centrist, because if you watch libs of TikTok as a centrist, you'll lean left. But if you go in a little bit fascistic, if you go in a little bit, you know, like, genocide ain't bad. You go in thinking that way. By the time you come out, you're central.
Yeah.
So libs of TikTok might actually be useful for curing Nazis. Do you reckon if you put a Nazi in libs of TikTok, like let them watch playlist libs of TikTok, do you reckon eventually some of the crazy leftist stuff would make them a bit?
You would have to be a lot.
And they'd have to be a lot.
And they'd have to be forced to watch it. You know what I mean?
But you do concede that it could be possible.
Yeah, it could be possible.
Maybe we should start that. Maybe we should start the libs of TikTok Nazi Rehabilitation Centre.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway.
So if you're a Nazi out there, give us a call.
We'll sort you out. We'll sort you out. We've got links. We can make you crazy leftist. We can make you as a Nazi. As a Nazi, we can make you forget what a woman is.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah.
Say peace to the people.
Peace.